one of the very first things that I approved as then the acting commissioner was to go to the highest level security alert at our nation's ports of entries, at our borders. The first recognition I had, and it was on the morning of 9/11, was that we had to essentially dramatically change the priority mission of the United States Customs Service as one of the principal border agencies of our country. We had to change it from the interdiction of contraband and the regulation of trade to a national security mission. And that was a priority mission of preventing terrorists and terrorist weapons from entering the United States. Of course, we had to ratchet up security given the threat of global terrorism to the United States, but we had to do it in a way without choking off the flow of legitimate trade and travel. I mean, we had to do it without shutting down our country's economy. So essentially, that meant developing what I very often call the twin goals. And the twin goals are to provide a level of security that makes it extraordinarily difficult for terrorists or terrorist weapons to get into the United States, but do that without staunching the flow of legitimate trade and travel. A dramatic increase in security in terms of both people and goods moving into the United States, but at the same time do it in some cases faster and more efficiently than we were doing it before 9/11. And that meant putting into place partnerships with the trade, the Customs Trade Partnership Against Terrorism being a prime example of that. It meant putting into place partnerships with other countries around the world. The Container Security Initiative, where we actually stationed officers and risk managed and targeted high-risk cargo containers at foreign seaports before they moved to the U.S. seaports. We put that into place with partnerships with other countries. We mandated advance information on every person and every cargo shipment, whether cargo containers, trucks, rail, and so forth, in advance so that we would be able to essentially evaluate the very small fragment that presented a potential risk and make sure that we were giving scrutiny and inspection to those. But on the other hand, most of those which didn't present a risk, be able to facilitate and move them through more quickly across our ports of entry and through our borders. We expanded the use of technology to all of our ports of entry so that when we decided something needed to be looked at, when something needed to be inspected because it posed particularly a terrorist risk, that we were able to do it faster and more efficiently than actually, taking a look and actually physically inspecting a container. And we also established radiation portal monitors at every port of entry in the United States. And it's amazing, by the way, and it's a real tribute to a lot of people that are in this room and some who aren't, who were able to roll that out so that now every car, truck, cargo container, every single one goes through a radiation portal monitor in terms of potentially detecting against the worst kind of terrorist weapon, which is a weapon of mass destruction.
But I can tell you, I was a little bit concerned about following Commissioner Bonner's efforts here at CBP and what he had been challenged with since 9/11. And to this day, I can tell you the foundation of CBP is really based upon your efforts that you made immediately after 9/11. And so when I arrived, I had already had a foundation to work from. Tremendous staff. I can tell you, I can't imagine doing it without the people in this room and their efforts. We had to build a competent, capable intelligence process. We had to find a way to reduce the size of the haystack. We had to find a way to not concentrate our incredible resources on 99.9% of the people and the things that were coming into the country.